Hi Leos, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Aquarius and Leos on Fridays. And the deck that I'm using today is called the Crystal Visions Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in getting a personal reading, the link is in the description below. Also, I do want to give you guys a heads up that sometimes the cards like to flip over in the deck. I do see them. However, I only take cards that jump out like these ones have. Usually when they jump out in groups that are too big, I'll go ahead and put the group back and continue shuffling until another card jumps out like these ones have. But my main goal here is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards. So I'm going to continue shuffling until we have 4 more cards, and then we can get started on your reading. All right, Leos. So before I get started, I do want to remind you guys that if you enjoyed the reading, the best way to let me know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the Wheel of Fortune, which, you know, it has fortune in the name, right? So I think that right now you guys are going to really feel that fortune coming in. It doesn't necessarily have to be in a financial sense. I do feel that you guys are going to see a lot of improvement in your life and just feeling lucky all around. Because whenever we see the Wheel of Fortune, we know that there is an element of swinging energy tied to it, right? And when I see the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, I know that it's a downswing. But when it's in the upright, like it is for you guys, it's an upswing. So I feel like things are just kind of falling into place right now for a lot of you guys. It feels a lot more positive. It feels a lot more like things are working out. And I think that it feels that way because in the past, it really felt like there was a lot of fog and a lot of not knowing what's coming next and what to do, because I see this unknown card, right? And the unknown card is a card that is specific only to this deck, the Crystal Visions Tarot. And it's a card about embracing the unknown, right? It's a card of following through even though you're not 100% sure what the outcome is going to be. And I think that for you guys right now, like, you've already really done that. You've already taken your leap of faith. And now the universe is telling you what's coming next. And what's coming next is this Wheel of Fortune. It's this positive energy. And it's very interesting because I see the unknown in reverse and I see the Two of Swords. So I think that it's almost as if when you were in the unknown, when you were in the shadows and you didn't know quite what was coming next, you were very indecisive, right? With the Two of Swords symbolizing indecisions and symbolizing stalemates and all around lack of movement. But I think that now things have kind of changed, right? I feel like you guys are acting in a way that's a lot more, I'm going to say, conservative around what you don't know. I feel like now is a time that you guys are being very cautious and not to make the wrong choice. And I don't see that as being afraid of the unknown. I see that as you guys, you know, anticipating the unknown. Instead of jumping in with a leap of faith, you're really trying to come up with a strategy for this. And I think that that's very much a good idea, because I see the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Cups, right? And the Seven of Swords to me symbolizes somebody who is very dishonest. This is all around a scumbag kind of a person. They're dishonest. They're cheaters, you know, unfaithful. They're just like the worst kind of person on the planet with this energy. You know, they're very They're tricksters. They want to make things look a certain way even when they're not. And now that I've said that out loud, I feel like a lot of you guys may have been gaslit by this person, and that's why you have this Eight of Swords, or sorry, this Eight of Cups, because the Eight of Cups talks about walking away, so you're walking away from this negative energy. You're walking away from whatever this dishonesty was, from whatever this just all-around negative person. This is a very toxic person in your life, and good on you for walking away from it. Also, I'm looking at this Ace of Swords, which is no doubt connected to this walking away. Right, I think that the fact that you've taken the steps already to leave this situation is bringing you guys a new beginning in clarity, right? Because that's what the swords represent. The sword represents everything that has to do with the mental realm. And I do want to point out that you have the Five of Swords, Seven of Swords, Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, right? So there's a lot of swords here, which tells me that you guys are a lot, very much in your head right now. You're doing a lot of thinking and you're doing a lot of contemplating, which I think is good. But do make sure to get out of your head a little bit. Do get out of your head every so often. And make sure to really experience the world around you, because it can be easy to really get lost in your thoughts. Especially if you have a lot of those super heavy air placements. Also, I do want to bring notice that you have the Ace of Swords going into the Two of Swords, right? And that to me symbolizes progression. So I think that for a lot of you guys, you're going to see that progression and you're going to see that movement forward, which isn't surprising because you have the Eight of Cups here, which tells me that you guys are already trying to move forward. And all of this together feels like you're being pushed and you're being encouraged along, sort of nudged along your path. And I don't mean that in like a negative way. I mean that in the sense that you're being helped along by, your support group, your friends, your family, your mentors, whatever. And I see this Six of Pentacles here, which tells me that you guys are going to be, first of all, you guys are very generous. And second of all, I feel like you guys are going to be in a situation where you better your finances and you better a lot of these things in your life, because you have this this Wheel of Fortune, which is bringing in all this abundance for you guys. I feel like with this abundance, you guys are going to share it, and it's going to lead to all around a more positive experience. And I think that's really good, because you have this Death card and you have this Five of Swords. Now, the Five of Swords talks about petty arguments to me, and it talks about disingenuous energy, unsportsmanship, right? If you look, this person has 3 swords here that he's taken, that he's won, essentially. And this woman is stabbed with 2 swords. So what does this mean? Why hasn't this person just run off with the swords that he has? Why is he taking a moment to look back at what he's done? I think that this person is a little remorseful over what they've done, because I know that they've acted in a way that was inappropriate or uncalled for or whatever. But I feel like the damage has already been done. Right? I feel like the damage has already been done. They've already been the Seven of Swords and they've already hurt you. And I feel like with this Death card, like, you're kind of already over it, or you're getting over it, right? Like, this is like 90% over at this point. And I feel like you may be in a place where you feel a lot better about the situation, but I don't think they are. And I feel like that's the difference. The difference is that you're over and done with it, but they're sort of lingering around. And I feel that you guys must know that, you guys must know that they're sort of here energetically, right? Like, you can almost feel them thinking about you. And even though I don't see the High Priestess anywhere, which would be more indicative of that energy, I do see this Unknown card, which tells me that you guys have been sort of in the metaphysical a little bit. You've sort of been on that more spiritual track, because, there were a lot of factors that you didn't know about. So you were trying to sort of fill in the gaps with your intuition and perhaps tarot videos and other things. And, I'm here to reassure you that it's going to be okay. You have the Wheel of Fortune here, so things are going to get better. It's just a matter of holding out. Do make sure to give back what you receive, because that's going to bring more abundance by way of manifestation in the long run, and it also helps other people to get on their feet as well. So all in all, I think that this was a very positive reading. Luck and abundance is coming in, but that was your reading for today. Leo, if you enjoyed, please leave a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel, and I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Leo videos on Fridays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.